We all go a little mad sometimes. We get you.
You are going to die tonight.
Here's Johnny.
It's all for you.
Hi, and welcome to the Horror Hour, where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I am one of your hosts, Steve, and with me we have Liam. Hi, Liam.
Hello.
So today we're going to talk about the Hulu's 2022 update on Hellraiser. So it is directed by David Bruckner and written by Ben Collins. So it has been a good while since we've had a Hellraiser. I don't remember when Judgment came out, but it's been a minute. How do you feel about this return?
So to people who've been watching the channel for a while, they will know that I was not a fan of Hellraiser. I watched Hellraiser for the first time either earlier this year, bordering on last year. And I watched the first 4, and that's the only ones I've seen. I didn't like the first 2, but I tolerated the third and the fourth.
So without diving too, why didn't you like the first 2? I'm just curious.
I just thought it was just too dated. It was very set in its time. I didn't like the acting. I thought the Cenobites were great, but everything else was bad for me. So yeah.
It's so funny you say that, because everything you just listed is why I love it. Like, I don't know, because it is very like, this is an 80s movie, right?
Yeah,
like it has like this hazy, dreamy, soapy kind of quality to it, right? But I kind of,
but I think in some of them things it works, like the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I love them, and I love that quality about them. But this seemed like the original Hellraiser seemed like 80s soap, an 80s British soap opera with blood, and I hated it.
Fair, it's fair. Okay.
I just found everything like over like there's camp and then there's cheese, and this was cheese, not camp for me. I understand that quite a lot of people think it is camp, so I'm like, okay, good for you. So I wasn't looking forward to this. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. I was looking forward to it because I was looking forward to see what they could do with like a current day budget and VFX. So I'm pleased I watched this now, because this is great.
Yeah.
It is so good. I could not believe how good it was. I was like, they had this story. How did this story come from that? Like, it's just...
Well, because the book is nothing like the movie, right? You know, it's a book first, right?
Yes.
So Clive Barker, like gay horror icon, like made the Hellbound Heart, right? So like the bones of a good story are freaking there, right? So it sounds like you feel like this film was able to take it and run with it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I understood everything that was happening in this film. I understood the motivations. I understood the concepts. I understood the box. I understood the box this time around. I understood what the box changing meant. In the original, for me, I felt like none of that was ever explained. And I felt like it was like, they're just going to play with a pretty box, and then the Cenobites are going to appear. They're going to be cool. Something bad's going to happen, and then it's going to go like back to just, it's someone playing with a box. This version gives it gives the backstory, it gives the explanation, it gives you everything you need. And it doesn't do it in a pandering way.
True. Yeah. So I know we were gonna do like our top three, right? The three things.
Yeah.
So is that like one of your ones? Is it like the backstory part of it?
The backstory, yeah. So for me, that is my favorite part of this new version is the way. Well, no, sorry. My second favorite thing on the way this is being created. I love how it's been written. I love the script, shall we say, because the script is what gave it the backstory and the ability for it to have better understanding.
Yeah, the story is very good. The story is solid. I would say that would probably be my number one as well, or one of my three is like not just the story, but like the lore. I really, really appreciated the mythology around the box this go around. They do a little bit of it with like the original 4 movies. Like once you get to 4, they do the whole like flashback, which isn't like amazing, but it's there. This I really appreciated. Like, okay, yeah, there's 6 sides to the box. There are 6 configurations. Each one represents something, right? I don't know. We don't want to go too spoilery, but each configuration represents something. And it ties into the motivations. Like, why would someone want to use this box if like, you finish the puzzle and you're going to get torn to shreds? Like, once you know that, like, why would someone want to mess around with this thing? And I think they did a great job at kind of building that motivation into the mythology, right? Because now it's like, it makes sense why someone might be more inclined to want this puzzle box,
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah. What would be your number? Well, you said 1 and 2. So what would be your number 3?
Number 3 would be, I would say the visuals. It's very visually striking. I think like there is a specific setting. Again, we don't want to go too spoilery because this is obviously like prior to its release. There is a specific setting that it just feels so luxurious. And I was just like, oh, this is good. Like, and it is so well thought out. The way everything like how it like connects to the story, but is also just like a beautiful setting. So yeah, I would go the visuals because it's very atmospheric as well, like all the way through. So all of that good thing.
Oh, absolutely. The art direction in this film is like, I don't even know who did it. I wish I could just shout out the credit right now. Well, cinematographer was Eli Bourne. So cinematography was phenomenal. Oh, here are the art directors.
Art direction.
Oh gosh, I cannot pronounce these. I apologize.
Shedlak Balaz.
Shedlak Balaz and Boyana Nikolic.
Yeah.
All right.
With that.
Sorry if I messed those up. Holy crap. See, it's like stuff like this. Like, I get so bummed when like award season ignores horror because like people put in the work for a lot of these horror films, and it's like, oh man, I want them to have a trophy on their shelf,
Yeah, because they deserve it. Because really this film looked phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know, so you talked about story. I mean, that was going to be one of mine. Like, I thought Ben Collins wrote a great script. I love the characters, so that might be my number 2. Is like the characters. I really appreciated the brother-sister dynamic in this one. Yeah. There was a moment where I thought they kind of nodded to some of the dynamics in the original, especially between Frank and Julia. They change it up a little bit. So I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I just appreciated what they did with that dynamic. Yeah. And kind of what Riley was going throughout the story. I appreciated this movie. The first thing that came to mind as I was like, probably midway as I was watching this, I was like, this really is like the Evil Dead 2013 for Hellraiser. You know what I mean? Yes. It's like the remake that takes it serious and elevates the material.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, like that's really what this felt like. And I just appreciated the hell out of that.
Yeah,
I wanted a little more. Sorry, what was that?
No, I would say I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. I would like a little more of. I mean, what's a shame with like an ensemble is there's usually a couple of characters that get a little lost in the mix. Like I really like. There was one big scene with the roommate. Was she British? Was that a British accent that she had?
I thought she was American.
Oh, I thought I heard an accent. Maybe I was just tired and delirious. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted her to be British, and I was like, "Oh, cool." I don't know, but anyway, it was. She had a great scene. I wanted a little more with her, but I thought that the brother and the brother's boyfriend was a good. I liked him as a character, the boyfriend. I appreciate that we had queer characters. You know, like especially a horror film based on a queer writer's story.
Oh, she is British.
Yeah, I thought so. Listen, I'm hanging out. I'm been, doing these with you Brits for a while. I know an accent when I hear it. But yeah, no, I mean, I liked her generally. I just wish they did maybe a little bit more with her. But unfortunately, that's what happens with an ensemble, right? You're going to highlight your main people, and everyone else is just kind of there to fill the space a little bit more. But the characters were great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's my number one. The actors overall. I think Jamie Clayton as Pinhead is just phenomenal. Even though it's such a specific character, they've managed to do a fantastic job in reimagining it, but also keeping it true to what you remember.
Yeah.
I think I don't have your issue when it came to the friend. Because I think they got such a good scene.
True.
That I was like, okay, so they've given everyone else has had a bit more to do, but you've gotten something great that people are going to remember.
Yeah. Really
so I
good
was
set
like,
pieces with her too.
Yes, yeah. So I was like, I got why that happened, and I think again, all across the board, all of the Cenobites great. And Goran Visnik as Voight. Oh my god! Oh my god! So yeah, across the board, everyone is great. Acting wise, everyone's great. Everyone interacts well. Everyone keeps up with the story, and no one falls behind. And I think really it all lands on the shoulders of the lead, Odessa, as Riley, and she is fantastic.
Yeah,
so
she is really good. Yeah. She, I don't know, in our chat, I don't know if you saw. Do you know who Aaliyah Shawkat is? That actor. She was in Search Party. She was in the Ricardo movie, Being the Ricardo. She was one of the writers. Do you see it? Anyway, she's done stuff. I mean, she's not like super huge, but she has like very similar vibes. It's a good thing. Because I really do like this actress. Odessa, I want to see what she does, because I'm not super
I think
familiar.
she's gonna. I recognized her, and I was like, why do I recognize this person? So then I went on their IMDb page, and I was scrolling down. I was like, I've watched none of these things, and then I realized she had like a 5-episode arc in Nashville. I was like, that's where I knew her.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing I've seen her in. But if she doesn't get more work from this, something's wrong. Something
would be up. No, she was phenomenal. Like the whole cast, but she definitely was the standout, I think. And like you said, Jamie Clayton, I thought she was phenomenal as Pinhead, the priest, as she's credited as.
Yes.
Not sure if that was the way. Can't remember if Pinhead is originally. I think Pinhead has always been called the priest. I think that's kind of like I think we as a culture called him Pinhead. But I think the character is like, I don't think Clive Barker ever called him Pinhead, like in the books, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a minute since I read it, but like the priest is as an entity. So yeah, I appreciate that. The Cenobites were great. The one that really that I really like, there's one that like, with like breathing is like its thing, the breathing one.
Yeah, I think yeah.
The one that just always sounds like it's gasping for air. Like
Yes.
that one really like bothered me in like the best way, but like that was my favorite one out of like the ensemble of Cenobites.
I liked the one with the like it had like a thing that was like here. I don't know how to describe. It had like a vagina in its neck, basically.
Yeah. They updated a lot of the original Cenobites a little bit. Like you can kind of tell, like, oh yeah, this is that one. Like they had the Chatterer,
yes,
there, but like kind of an updated design, which I thought they did a great job with all of that.
No, looks wise, I was like, that looks real and it looks like it hurts, and I never felt that with the originals. So I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, solid. What I mean, do you want to do a ratings?
I'll do a rating.
Okay. What would you give it?
I would give it a 9.5.
Yep. That's a solid score. I was gonna give it like a 9. 9.5 is good. I'll stick with my 9. I mean, like near perfect score from us. I don't think we could praise this enough. Like I can't wait to hear what people think about it. It comes out this Friday,
October 7th. Yes.
Yeah. So it's coming out this week.
On
so real
Hulu.
soon we're gonna hear how it's received.
Only in the US, of course.
In the US. Oh wait,
It's
yeah.
usual.
Okay, because I'm horrible with streaming when it comes internationally. Do you guys have Hulu?
We do not.
Oh.
So it has no other releases. It is only releasing on Hulu currently. So check locally if you would like to watch it if you are not in the US, because unfortunately it's apparently getting released worldwide, just don't know where yet.
Yeah, I wish they would do more physical releases to pair with streaming, like because you get this like streaming rights thing. It would be cool if studios could be like, okay, but you know what, we'll do like a Blu-ray DVD to go with it. That way,
they occasionally do. It's usually just later down the line.
Yeah. So fingers crossed. I hope everyone across the pond gets to see it soon. You guys are lucky here at the Horror Hour. We get our little previews, we get our screen. So, but hopefully soon. There's no word, but we'll be following that.
Yes.
Okay. And so I gave it a 9. So I think that's a glowing recommendation. Any final thoughts about Hellraiser 22?
No, just go watch it. Have a good time, because you will.
Ditto. Well, that's it for us here at the Horror Hour. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. I think we're on Facebook. No, we're not on Facebook.
No,
we're
young.
No Facebook for you. And our Patreon. So we're also on Patreon. So don't forget to check us out, and we will see you guys real soon.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.